Thank you. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashtottara Shatashri Srimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Granthara Srimad Bhagvatam Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashthaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 5, Narada Muni cursed by Prajapati Daksha, Text 43. Tantu krintana yannastvam abhadram acharah punaha tasmallokeshu te moodha na bhaved भ्रमतः padam Tantu krintana yannastvam abhadram acharah punaha tasmallokeshu te moodha न भवेद् भ्रमतः पदम् तन्तुकृन्तनयन्नस्त्वम् अभद्रम् अचरः पुनः तस्माल्लोकेषु ते मूढ न भवेद् भ्रमतः पदम् तन्तुकृन्तनयन्नस्त्वम् तन्तुकृन्तनयन्नस्त्वम् Ladies, please. In this verse, is there a word that we recognize very much? Not Mudha? Tantu Krintana, O mischief monger, who have mercilessly separated my sons from me, yet which, Naha, unto us, Tvam, you, Abhadram, an inauspicious thing, Acharaha, have done, Punaha, again, Tasmat, therefore, Lokeshu, in all the planetary systems within the universe, Te, of you, Mudha, O rascal, not knowing how to act, Na, not, Bhavet, there may be, Bhramataha, who are wandering, Padam, an abode. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. You have made me lose my sons once, and now you have again done the same inauspicious thing. Therefore, you are a rascal who does not know how to behave towards others. You may travel all over the universe, but I curse you to have no residence anywhere. Purport. Because Prajapati Daksha was a Gruhamedhi who wanted to remain in householder life, he thought that if Narada Muni could not remain in one place but had to travel all over the world, that would be a great punishment for him. Actually, however, such a punishment is a boon for a preacher. A preacher is known as Parivrajaka Acharya, an acharya or teacher who always travels for the benefit of human society. Prajapati Daksha cursed Narada Muni by saying that although he had the facility to travel all over the universe, he would never be able to stay in one place. In the Parampara system from Narada Muni, I have also been cursed. Although I have many centers that would be suitable places of residence, I cannot stay anywhere, for I have been cursed by the parents of my young disciples. Since the Krishna consciousness movement was started, I have traveled all over the world 2 or 3 times a year, and although I am provided comfortable places to stay wherever I go, I cannot stay anywhere for more than 3 days or a week. I do not mind this curse by the parents of my disciples, but now it is necessary that I stay in one place to finish another task. This translation of Srimad Bhagavatam. If my young disciples, especially those who have taken sannyas, take charge of traveling all over the world, it may be possible for me to transfer the curse of the parents to these young preachers. Then I may sit down conveniently in one place for the work of translation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. There is a morning walk with Srila Prabhupada. The disciples and he were, as they were walking, Prabhupada suddenly stopped by a tree, and right under the tree or next to or under a branch, there were a lot of bird droppings. So Prabhupada stopped in his tracks, pointed with his cane, and said, "What is that?" Well, it's obvious, it's bird droppings, right? So the devotees were like, "Is there a nice way of saying this?" So someone said, "Bird dropping something." This is bird droppings. So Prabhupada said, "What does this mean?" So they were wondering if there is something very esoteric or something very special that they must say, and so they were fumbling. What would one say? What is the meaning of bird droppings? Bird had to go, something. And Prabhupada said, there's a lot of it are under this branch. It means that the same bird has been sitting on this branch. And he thinks, this is my branch. So if a small bird can become attached to his place of residence, what to speak about us? The idea is it's very easy to become so attached to one's home, so attached to one's circumstances of life, we call that the comfort zone, and stay there and try to make that a wonderful place. Because we are pleasure seeking, that's our nature. Even in the worst of circumstances, one tries to extract some pleasure from it. Even if there isn't anything, they still try very hard, and come to terms with the circumstances, compromise the whole thing, and say, it's not so bad after all. It's not okay, not so bad. But the conditioned tendency is to settle down, find a comfort zone, and settle down. And for such persons, which is all of us, the material energy is designed in such a way that it does not allow us to settle down. Correct? The world is designed such a way. Dukhalayam ashashvatam. It always keeps us on the move. So there are two categories of persons. One is called the Gruhamedhi, and the other is called not a Gruhamedhi. The Gruhamedhi is a person or category of persons who, even as the circumstances are changing, they still want to somehow make their material life very comfortable. Uh, I wish I had brought this beautiful poem. Anyone has a computer here? Can you go to Jayadvaita Swami's blog? I'd like to read you a poem. It's called Jayadvaita Swami's blog. So while that is happening also. So Gruhamedhi is the kind of personality who wants to settle down and make his life comfortable even in the set of circumstances that are always uncomfortable. And the not the Grahamedi is a person who recognizes that this is not what life is meant for. Life is meant for making one solution to get out of this material world. Because this is not a place for residence. This is not a place where I can live comfortably. Everything is uncomfortable. The body we have is uncomfortable. The circumstances we have is uncomfortable. The sets of relationships we have are uncomfortable. My way of bringing about stability is also uncomfortable. Everything is uncomfortable. Dukhalayam ashashvatam. It is a place of misery and place of temporality. Everything is temporary. And we shouldn't try to make this a wonderful place. It's just not going to work. So the only thing we can do is try to do the best in terms of service to Krishna in whatever circumstance we're put in. Our friend Daksha, um, he is trying to trying to say to Narada Muni, actually this in this verse is cursed Narada Muni, that you, or Srila Narada Muni, you have behaved in such a way, not once but twice, that you have completely disturbed my household life. Here I was so happily looking forward to how my sons will fulfill my dreams, and you've completely trashed it. Not once but twice. And so now I'm cursing you. I'm cursing you that you have the ability to travel all over the world, but you cannot stay anywhere. You cannot make anything, any place, your place of residence. Within that curse is Daksha's empathy to all other householders unto whom Narada may create some disturbance. Because if Narada Muni settles somewhere, then he is afraid that he will disturb that person's householder life. Because too much time spent means he will have a chance to preach to them. All the young men will get disturbed, or they will want to join the ashram or become celibates, and the parents may get very disturbed. In the Vedic system, generally, of course, Daksha is I guess, a little anomaly here. But in general, if a child, a young man, wanted to become celibate, parents would be very happy because that they see that that's the path for developing proper culture and character. Nowadays, it's quite the opposite. As soon as a young man says, "I want to spend some time being a celibate," what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Why can't you just be normal and have a girlfriend? I've been waiting to see when you'll bring a girl home. I'm waiting to see when I'll have a grandchild. What is all this? Why are you being so abnormal? Exactly. What have we done? Are you okay? Then the friends will tell them, get your son tested. Take him to a shrink and find out if he's all right. What does he mean, celibacy? Maybe he's not finding a girl and that's why he's checked out or something. All these different ways in which they will indoctrinate the parents. Just because the young man said, I want to try being celibate for a while. So Daksha, on behalf of all the householders, has cursed Narada Muni that don't settle anywhere because you'll cause trouble. And Srila Prabhupada, he says, in coming in the disciplic succession of Sri Narada Muni, this curse has been transferred to me because the parents of the young men or young men and women to whom Prabhupada was reaching out, Prabhupada says, they've cursed me. They've cursed me, and that curse, even in disciplic succession, has been passed on. That way, I can't stay anywhere. We have many centers. I get very comfortable arrangements for myself, but I cannot stay anywhere for more than 3 days or maximum of a week. So the difference between a Daksha and a Narada Muni type personality is Narada Muni sees opportunity even in a curse. And a Daksha like personality sees a curse even in a blessing. This is the difference. Actually, being connected to Krishna, Daksha is connected to Krishna, family wise also and spiritually also. He's connected to Krishna. And when Krishna manifests blessings for him, it seems like a curse because he's attached. He has his own plans. And this is the thing about having our own plans. It's not that we should not plan. We should plan. We've been hearing how planning is very important, and I'm very much for it also. But what it means is that we may have our plans, and at the end of it, Krishna has his plans. And our planning should be that whatever is Krishna's plan, I should accept that plan. This is our planning. We are preparing to accept Krishna's plans. Generally, when we think planning, people plan in such a way that they are the controllers of everything. This should happen, that should happen, then I'll do this, and then I'll do that. I got it all figured out. And when Krishna shows a different plan, they got bent out of shape. So our planning is, my dear Krishna, whatever is your plan, I may accept that. So for attached persons, even when Krishna extends blessings, it seems like a curse. And for personalities like Narada Muni, even when a curse is extended, they see it as a blessing. Because the devotees are opportunists. They see every circumstance as an opportunity to serve Krishna. So when we hear and read these things, a practical application for us is in our life circumstances, are we being opportunists? Are we seeing everything as beneficial for our Krishna consciousness? Or how to make those circumstances, even if they are seemingly uncomfortable or unbeneficial, how to extract an opportunity to serve Krishna from those circumstances. Balaram Prabhu told me a joke about being an opportunist. So it's Monday morning, so you need a little other things to keep it alive. So apparently there was a situation that NASA was deciding who to send to Mars planet so they can stay there for the rest of their life and send information. So they were interviewing different people. But they also wanted not just astronauts, but others also. So they had opened the interview to anyone. Anyone can come and apply for this job. You go to Mars for the rest of your life and conduct experiments there. So an American astronaut came and he said, I would like $1 billion as my price for doing this. So NASA said, hey, 1 billion is a little too much. Come on. He said, what do you mean? I'm going there for the rest of my life, and I've calculated that if I earn the income that I'm earning for the next, whatever, 40, 50 years, plus benefits, 1 billion is not so bad. And they said, all right, thank you, we'll consider it. Then it seems, whatever, let's say a Russian astronaut or a German astronaut came and they said, I want $2 billion. So this guy said, wow, that's a lot. That is a lot. Yeah. But anyway, but thank you for applying. Then an Indian politician came and he said, oh, it's very easy. I'd like $3 billion and I'll go there. So NASA said, come on, man, you're not even an astronaut. Okay. Those who do this as a profession, they're asking only less money. You're asking so much. He said, no, no, okay, very simple. Calculation is very simple. He said, you give me 3 billion, I give you back 1 billion. That's the bribe I'm giving you back. I give you back 1 billion. 1 billion I keep, and 1 billion will give the German astronaut and send him away. What's the problem? To the whichever astronaut and send him away. That way we all benefit from it. Opportunist. In any circumstance, he's thinking how he can benefit himself. So this is the devotee looking for opportunities. Actually, the opportunity of serving Krishna is compared to honey or nectar in a flower. So the bees, generally we hear this comparison that there's a difference between a bee and a fly. A fly always is searching for garbage. It is always looking for where the rotten things are. And that's where it goes and sits and settles down and is very joyful there. But a bee doesn't go to garbage. The bee always goes to the flowers and wants to extract honey. So we use the bee and fly analogy for being or for distinguishing between looking for bad things in people versus looking for good qualities in people. In this context, bee is also looking for opportunities to serve Krishna because that's the nectar. And the bees are always busy, right? It says as busy as a bee. So bees are as bee-like means busy looking for opportunities to serve Krishna. And it's there. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of opportunities of serving Krishna are there. And specifically, Prabhupada is now transferring the curse unto his followers. Today, we are all cursed because today we read it, right? And he's transferring it. So today we are all being cursed. If you have not read this, we have not been cursed. Today we are all cursed. We are cursed by his divine grace. He has passed it on to us. That may we also not settle down comfortably in our Krishna consciousness. May we be uncomfortable. We are uncomfortable that we are too comfortable and others outside are not comfortable. Others outside are struggling in their lives. And we somehow, by His divine grace, are in a very comfortable place. And that should not be a sense of happiness. We should be uncomfortable about it. Because now this curse has been passed on. Prabhupada said, I don't mind this curse, but it is necessary that I stay in one place and finish my work, the translation of this Bhagvatam. If my young disciples, especially those who have taken sannyas, I'm a householder, that doesn't apply to me. Take charge of traveling all over the world, it may be possible for me to transfer the curse of the parents to these young preachers. So when we come in parampara, we get everything. We get the great benefits of the parampara and we also get the curses that have been offered. So we should take on this curse. That's the point. We should take on this curse that under the auspicious association of Srila Narada Muni and Srila Prabhupada, we as his followers should also reach out to others in whatever way we can. We must. We must reach out. We must not become comfortable that my life's good. Others, it's okay. No, we must reach out to others. Even if it is one person, that's okay. But why only one? But even if one, that's fine. And it takes a lot, right? We know. It takes a lot to first go meet someone out there. And it takes a lot more to get them to come to the association of devotees. And it takes even a lot more to inspire them to stay in the association of devotees. It takes a lot of effort. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, one should shed gallons and gallons of blood. That's a famous line that he has expressed. For reaching out to others. The calculation is very simple. Just as we have been helped, it is it is nothing else but our duty to go extend the same help to others. We shouldn't be comfortable that we have received something, now my life is good. Our life is not good until we extend the same unto others, somehow or the other, in whatever role. Everyone doesn't have to be the star preacher. There's no star preacher. It's the eagerness to pass on what we have received. That makes a person a star preacher. Now, preacher, when we hear the word, it may mean that we have to say something very eloquent and we have to be like this very charismatic speakers or something. Nothing like that. There are many ways. Some people are gifted by very charismatic speech. Some people are very gifted with a persona that's very compelling. And some are not. But as an opportunist, we try to find out how best we can participate in the Sankirtan mission and what contribution we make to the Sankirtan mission. It's the most important thing to do. That is our life. In some cases, we don't even have to say anything. Just being a devotee is very strong preaching. Many years ago, Anuttama Prabhu, when he was doing a communication seminar, he had quoted Saint Francis of Assisi. Apparently, he said that one should preach all day. You heard this? He said you should preach all day, and when necessary, speak a few words. That the example of being a devotee is very compelling. And when people see us happy, genuinely happy, that's what they want too. How we behave in circumstances that test our Krishna consciousness. It's very compelling. And then all of us have to say a few words. Or we've been hearing about book distribution. The books do all the talking. We just have to say a few words. We've been hearing, right? Talk to the hands, not to the person. The books do the talking. Give it to their hands. There are very beautiful quotes of Prabhupada as we go up the stairs. What will your 2-minute preaching do? You seen that one? What will your 2-minute preaching do? Give them a book. It will be there for them for the rest of their lives. So this way or that way, becoming comfortable in what we have and not doing something for others is Grihamedi consciousness. Settle down, relaxed, enjoying. No. When we feel the burden of that curse that's being transferred, then we want to do something for others. And it's not just for others who are outside the building. It is for each of us also. It's not that until someone steps into the building, we're very nice and preaching to them, and once they enter the building, like they'll figure themselves. It's all right. They made it till here. Now it's all, they're in the flow. It doesn't work like that. Even every day amongst each other, strengthening each other's faith in Krishna. It doesn't have to be heavy beating, it's just strengthening each other's faith in Krishna by ourselves being who we are as devotees. Is very powerful. So, we have now been cursed, and we have to make our lives uh, meaningful within this curse. In fact, this is what makes life meaningful, that we don't settle down and we genuinely think about the um, the welfare of others. This is Narada Muni's uh, style or consciousness. Prahlad Maharaj has the same consciousness. And in their footsteps, Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada's disciples and followers, and likewise for us as well. Okay. Any comments, questions? Anything you'd like to add? Karunanidhi Prabhu.
I want to add one thing that somewhere Srila Prabhupada wrote in his purport that I had studied, that is sannyasi or a preacher should not be restricted by visa authorities, to go anywhere for
Mm-hmm.
preachings. So that means they can travel anywhere. Uh,
Thank you. You're asking or is making a
just
statement?
add to add with this. I was just adding this.
Oh, you're adding. Okay. Okay. Acharya understand. Prabhu.
Yeah, just in the context of ISKCON today, um, how do we understand or application point of the point that Prabhupada's making, that he's wishing his disciples travel,
Mm-hmm.
and only spend a few days in each spot. So, from your point of view, how does that in ISKCON today? What's the relevance for us?
Well, the relevance for us is very simple. For sannyasis, I think it's very clear that they don't stay in one place, that their dharma is to travel from one place to another. That way, they don't have a fixed place of residence per se. Um, and the same spirit goes for the brahmacharis, the grahasthas, the vanaprasthas, everyone. Um, Technically speaking, the grahasthas, they don't necessarily travel per se. But there are persons who do also. But the point, how it translates to each of the different sections of devotees, is in their circumstances to not become, like for example, let's say grahasthas. The purpose of a grahastha devotee is not, oh, now I have a house, my wife cooks for me, oh, this is wonderful, I'm very comfortable in the house. Wow, Krishna consciousness is so amazing. The house is meant for bringing or inviting people, for inviting people that they meet, and sannyasis or devotees, not just sannyasis, but even brahmacharis or other grahasthas to come and speak to the public. That is not being settled in one place. Others are traveling. Prabhuji is traveling, for example. It's not like he's settled down. Of course, I'm sure. I don't know the details of his lifestyle, but the fact that he's spending 2 weeks with us, it's not easy. Or I'm thinking of Grasta examples like a Vaisheshika Prabhu. I don't think he's just in one place. In fact, he's so busy that he can't make it to all the places that he's being invited to come. Last time I was trying to reach him and say, when will you come to Chicago? I got a response that the next whole year's weekends have already been booked for his travel. And that's intense. It's not easy. So in the context, and for us, we may say, oh, Prabhupada's transferred the curse. I'm traveling from tomorrow onwards. Maybe if we are empowered to do so, wonderful. But we are also in a learning environment right now. And to learn, the main thing that we are learning is not the skills of what to say, when to say. That's not what we are learning. We are learning to absorb the missionary mood and spirit. And that learning of absorbing ourselves in the missionary mood comes when we absorb ourselves in our basic sadhana properly. Right? Because compassion, or the wanting to do something for others, is not a mental activity. Oh, I should do something for others. It won't work that way. It has to come from the heart. Oh, I'm feeling so grateful that I have been given such a wonderful gift. How can I assist others? It has to be awakened. Even if it is a minuscule of it, it has to be awakened. And that awakening comes from hearing and chanting and serving the Vaishnavas. So we are in a learning environment. We're preparing our consciousness. We're learning how these great acharyas, like we're hearing Srila Narada Muni, is being cursed, and how is he taking it? Oh, and that's the next verse. Shukadeva Goswami is going to say how Narada Muni responded. So when we hear these messages in such an environment, and within a what we say controlled environment, we reach out to others. Um, was it Chandramouli Maharaj who was sitting here and said, the temple is not a hotel? I forget who was saying it. She may also have said it, but recently I remember Chandramouli Swami. Huh? Maharaj said this is not a hotel, it's a hospital or something like that. A hotel senses, I chill out, I relax, I press the button, room service, and there's all this wonderful food that's taken care of. This is really nice. This is not a hotel. We're in a learning environment. We're learning to feel how the acharyas feel. We may not have the same depth of that feeling, but we're learning to feel how they feel for others. Shoche tato vimukha chetasa maya sukhaya bhara mudvahato vimudhas. I mean, Prahlad Maharaj is speaking like that. So we're learning to absorb that mood. And it's learning because our conditioned nature is to always think about our comfort first. First me, then others. First me. Whatever it is, first me. And it shows up, right? Even in simple things. Festival time, we have to serve prasadam. First me. Make a plate for myself. First me, and then others. It's there, it's ingrained. Oh, what if after all this fasting, now I'm serving everyone? What if whatever this item gets over? What if I don't get anything to eat? First me. That's in this prasadam. Something else. First me. Oh, someone is giving certain mercy. First me. First me. We're trying to come away from that consciousness of first me. Just this morning I was reading something. Apparently in Africa, there is a certain Central Africa, there is a term called Ubuntu. Have you heard that? Ubuntu means teamwork, together. And actually, literally translated, it means uh, paraphrasing. It's not for me, it's for us, or something like that. That a person, even from a young age, they don't think about themselves alone. They always think about us, like a bigger unit. So it was an experiment. This was with African children. This guy, he placed a basket of some fruit, very nice fruit, under a tree, and he told all these children, "Go look for this basket of fruits. Whoever is the first who finds this basket, they get to eat all the fruits. They're the winners." Right? So in a very individualistic society, that's fantastic. Each one runs and looks for the basket of fruit. But apparently, in this African tribe, the way they're all children are, they use the word Ubuntu. The first thing that they did is they all held hands each other. And together they went looking for the fruits. That is, that it's not that I am the winner, we are all benefiting. It's teamwork. That they will do it together to go find, and they will share among themselves. So this whole me being first, me being the center of things is what something we are learning to get out of. When Prahlad Maharaj was asked, whatever you want, you are the foremost of devotees. What do you, oh, no. I'm not retiring to the Himalayas. That's not where I want to be. I want to be, what did he say, with the fools and rascals. Because I want them to benefit as well. That's what we are learning. So at least to me, in this context, that's what we are in a learning environment. We are appreciating the great activities of Srila Prabhupada and his followers, what it takes to be a traveling mendicant. He used the word Parivrajakacharya. We think it's fashionable to be a Parivrajakacharya. It's not easy. The whole life is out of a suitcase or very less, and then just go from one place to another. The body gets beaten up like anything, traveling like that. It's not just the travel, but to take care of people's problems and to establish things and to inspire people. What's the most difficult thing to do? Is to inspire someone else and to serve Krishna. There are many, what are they called, motivational speakers. They motivate people like anything to become sense gratifiers. And that doesn't take much. But to motivate people to become selfless and serve Krishna, it's not easy. But that's what their life is dedicated to. So that's what we are learning. For me, is that okay? Long answer for something. Perhaps you were looking for something simpler. So before Etasha, so anyway, I want to appreciate Naveen and Nirda Prabhu, you spending your time with us for 2 weeks, inspiring us in this particular way. Thank you.
Prabhu. I have a question in relation with this concept of Kshetra Sannyas.
Kshetra Sannyas.
Yes.
Yeah.
How this Kshetra Sannyas can fit in this kind of curse that we have from our parampara. And another point is that I was reading an interesting book which is called One Church with One Purpose.
One Church, One Purpose.
Yes, I don't know if you hear about this.
I heard about the book.
His Holiness Hanuman Prasad Swami mentioned this book. And in this book, the author mentioned that to lead a church and to make this church grow up, it's necessary to stay in one place, because if you're traveling all the time, for example, people cannot trust in one person who is leaving next year, for example.
Mm-hmm.
No? So these 2 points I would like to hear from you, some explanations.
Well, today's class has a particular emphasis. Okay, we didn't. It's a particular mood of the verse, where Prabhupada's talking about the curse being transferred to his followers, especially sannyasis. As an organization, there are other dimensions that you consider as well, in terms of stability, etc. Now, um, strictly speaking from a systems perspective, even if there are certain persons who are always traveling, there are always certain persons who are there to provide stability. But we're talking not necessarily a system that needs stability this way or that way. We're talking about a particular mood. The mood that I'm emphasizing, or at least I'm inspired by, is not so much the particular traveling, physically traveling. The mood that I'm inspired by is to not become complacent or comfortable in one's everything's okay. That's what I'm talking about. Now that everything is okay is suppose we have this temple, we have nice facilities, not nice, we have exceptional facilities, and we can just be happy doing nothing and saying, beautiful deities, wonderful prasadam, all the time to do what I like. Great. That is the settling down. So the particular emphasis is on that their consciousness is not settled like that, that we're not complacent, that it's good enough. I'm comfortable, that's great. I've been looking for this for such a long time. It is to reach out to others. Even within our locality, it's still going out, meeting people. Or when people come to us to spend time talking to them, it's all part of going outside the comfort of this life's good. That's what I'm particularly emphasizing. I'm not necessarily talking about like that everyone should travel. Acharyanist was asking, what does it mean? Should everyone travel outside? Everyone should travel out of everyone should step out of their comfort zone. Yes, and some may travel around the world. Prabhupada specifically says traveling around the world. We're all not going to travel around the world. If you do, please raise your own money. But the point is not that way necessarily. Someone's service may be like that. Someone's may not be. But it is going outside, stepping outside the comfort zone specifically. And sometimes when you have to, and we have even within ISKCON, we have examples where certain preachers have stayed in one place and built very successful projects, right? And there is validity to it. But even within staying in one place, it doesn't mean they're staying in their bhajan kutir and not interacting. They're always doing something for others. That to me is more. It's the consciousness, not the necessarily the physical part. There are many such projects, right? Chopati is one. Ujjain is another one. New Vrajdam is another one. I'm not aware of others, but I'm sure there are. But it's not like they were in one comfortable place, settled down. Has it validity? Sure. Prabhupada did not stay, particularly in one place for an extended period, other than perhaps in LA. We traveled. And he set up a whole world system. And within that system, there is stability. There is a temple. You can't move the temple, right? It's there. People staying there. That provides the stability. And those who are staying within the temple complex, they move out of the comfort zone, meet people. That's how I've understood it. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. I couldn't find you, Jayadvaita Maharaj's beautiful poem. And on the phone, it doesn't show up. You see that one? Bless this home. I read it just yesterday. Bless this home. Beautiful one. I mean, it's such a satirical one.
Is it actually coming out? Yeah. When? BBC is gonna come. The Christian one? The vanity of karma. How to get that? You gotta see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Corrupt the outfit.